All right, everybody, the road to the White House in 2020. Mayor Pete Buttigieg wrapping up there in Rochester, New Hampshire, his Veterans Day remarks. My name is Pilar Arias. I've been here with you since noon. We are already coming up on 1 o'clock, but hello, good afternoon, happy Monday, and a very happy Veterans Day to all who have served or are currently serving. I'm going to get some top stories ready to go for you from across the country. Got to make sure the audio is A-OK before I hit that play button, and it's always good that I check because, like I said, when you've got three News Now hosts, you've got me, Mike, and Christy. We all use the set kind of differently, have our own little preferences, so I always got to make sure that things are good to go before I hit that play button. Because, yeah, we do control the stream from right here on the News Now set. Matter of fact, let me give you a couple different vantage points. This is one view of the News Now set, and then we've got one more as well. So let me switch to that camera for you. Here is the newsroom behind me. So again, I just wanted to show you all kind of the magic and power of News Now and how the set looks, so that way you can know how it works. All right, so these top stories that I have ready to go for you. This first one is about Vietnam veterans taking an honor flight.
Most of these veterans fought during the Vietnam War. Back then, that war was not popular, and these veterans say they felt the backlash. Now, decades later, they're finally being treated like the heroes they are.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light?
They fought for the Stars and Stripes.
I'm overwhelmed.
They made sacrifices to defend our freedom.
We got the worst welcome you ever seen.
After so many years, these veterans of the Vietnam War
Quite the difference from when I came home. You know, they were calling us names, and it wasn't a proud time.
are finally getting a send-off,
You were ashamed you want to get your uniform off and be in civilian clothes.
fitting for a hero.
Amazed that 50 years after the fact, people are finally recognizing what we did over there.
Governor Gary Herbert was among those wishing these vets well on their honor flight.
But you all represent the best of what America has to offer.
The two-day journey to the nation's capital will take them to monuments and memorials.
I want to go to Arlington the most, and Vietnam Wall.
A moment to remember those who didn't come home.
I've got friends that are on names on the wall.
I know a couple guys on the wall.
A chance for all of us
Bygones are bygones, years have gone by. It's just an honor to have them honor me. And
to show our gratitude.
Just recognize them for what they are. There's a lot more. I mean, we keep having wars, so we keep having more veterans.
If you're a veteran or know one deserving of a spot on the honor flight, we have a link to the application on our website at fox13now.com. In the studio, John Franke, Fox 13 News, Utah.
All right, everybody, we are going to stick in Utah because these next people I have to show you, they're not just centenarians. I knew I was going to say that wrong. A person who is 100 or more years old. They're not just centenarians, they're veterans. So let's get their story out of Utah as well.
From the Philippines to North Africa and to the beaches in Normandy to right here in Utah. With fewer than 500,000 World War II veterans remaining today, Governor Gary Herbert honored the 22 veterans home to Utah.
This is a very special occasion as we honor those that served in our military.
And they're part of an exclusive group.
The most exclusive club in Utah. It's one that President Adams and I hope we'll finally be able to join. That's called the centenarians. You have to be 100 years of age to get there.
The centenarians were honored for their sacrifice. And for those like George Ford, age is truly just a number.
I was inducted into the service. I was married at the time and had a daughter. And so I went in on the 23rd of July, 1943.
Ford bravely answered the call, not knowing he was about to embark on the longest war the world had ever seen.
Everyone was involved in the effort that has never been happened before or since that time, really.
After 33 years of putting his life on hold for the service of others, Ford finally retired in 1976.
I've been retired now longer than I worked, you might say.
The Utah Department of Veterans and Military want families of veterans turning 100 or older to contact them. The department will send them a small token from the governor recognizing their service and age milestones. Haley Higgins, Fox 13 News, Utah.
All right, bringing you right back here to Arizona. The Valley of the Sun indeed showing off today. This is the Loop 101 at Cave Creek. I'm going to head on over to our website and see exactly what the temperature is outside. It says it's 81. So 80s, looks like the high is expected to be 85 today and the low overnight 62 degrees. So I'm going to do a compare and contrast now. You all ready? We're going from Phoenix to Detroit, Michigan. Yeah, that's the situation that they are dealing with. A lot of the Midwest. It's cold, it's snowy, and exact opposite of what it is here in Arizona. And look at that, the camera's shaking as well, so it's windy, blowing snow conditions. Feel free to check in wherever you are watching News Now from and let us know what your current weather conditions are like. I've got one more Veterans Day related story. Not only is today a time to thank those who have served, but it's kind of a time to delve deeper into veterans past and put some pieces of a story or puzzle, so to speak, together. That's this next top story right here on News Now.
This time of year, you see a lot of flags, a way to show support and honor American veterans.
Who was Walter and what happened?
Judith Meeks Mayo would like to honor a specific veteran in a different way.
In fact, Walter remains a mystery to me.
She would like to find the family of this man.
I have the picture of Walter B. Ward, just identified with my father's handwriting as Walter B. Ward, Springfield, Missouri, Fort George Wright, Spokane, Washington, June 1941.
It's been almost 70 years since that photo of the young man standing in front of the tent was taken, so Meeks Mayo tried to use technology to her advantage.
So what I found was Walter B. Ward, 1915 to 1945, and it shows his headstone.
Meeks Mayo believes she's found some of his family members, but hasn't had any luck contacting them. So now she's hoping someone knows something.
I would like for Walter's picture to be returned to one of his family members, because they may not have any pictures of him or very few pictures of him, and I think it would mean something to them.
Because while American flags are a way to honor veterans, Meeks Mayo would like to honor the Ward family with a photo of their veteran. Rebecca Gannon, Fox 4 News.
I hope that family is found for sure. Such a piece of history there. Those old photographs, they are always great to look at. Like I said, my dad is a Vietnam veteran, and when I see pictures from in the 60s, I'm just absolutely blown away, and sometimes I can't stop staring at them. Very, very cool historic moments frozen in time. Maybe that's why I like photography and journalism so much, because it's capturing history, showcasing history of the past, the present, and somewhat looking into the future. So again, thank you to all who have served and who are currently serving. We really appreciate it. This is News Now. I've got a couple more top stories ready to go for you. This next one is about a school district right here in the Valley tackling one of those e-cigarette makers, the major company. You can probably guess which one, and I do believe that it is Nicole Garcia who has this top story ready for you.
This is modern day, the modern day fight against the tobacco industry, which has evolved over the years.
For previous generations, it was the Marlboro Man and Joe Camel. For today's teens, vaping is what the so-called cool kids are doing in school.
We wanted to stand on the right side of history here and join other school districts in saying enough is enough.
Nationwide, more than 2,000 people have been hospitalized with a serious illness linked to e-cigarettes, and nearly 40 people have died. At least 13 people in Arizona have been hospitalized because of vaping. JUUL denies it has marketed its products to kids and has stopped selling fruit, dessert, and mint flavor pods.
Suing it will only fix part of the issue.
This recent high school grad believes there should be stricter rules and policies on campuses that target teens who use e-cigarettes in school.
It's like security just checking the students more.
So more of a crackdown, I guess, inside.
Yeah, more like a crackdown, because either way, students, even if they sue the company, the students are still gonna have access to it.
All right, just like I said, one more top story ready to go for you here on News Now. This next one is about college students volunteering to help seniors. One of those feel-good stories for this Monday edition of News Now. Don't forget, we are a News Now host trio yet again. Christy Larson is back, which means the News Now stream and experience going all the way until 10 o'clock Arizona time tonight, midnight Eastern. I would like to show you Capitol Hill really quickly, though, because it is going to be a major week of the public impeachment hearings. And guess what? You can count on us right here on News Now to have those hearings for you and kind of a breakdown and an analysis and get everybody up to speed so you don't miss a thing. A very major week for us here at News Now, for all you News Nowers worldwide. So again, thanks for being here. Feel free to let me know on the YouTube chat what it is you are expecting this week. There's currently 1,427 of you watching. All right, so this final top story I have for you, those college students volunteering to help seniors. Sorry it took me so long to get there, but I'm going to play it for you right now on News Now.
We're out raking.
With rakes and shovels in hand.
There are huge clumps of ice and snow mixed in with the leaves, which is a really weird view to see.
A November cold snap and snowstorm left behind quite the mess in Julie Hurt's yard.
That's what you always wonder, how can I deal with this?
At 72 years old, she is appreciative of these helping hands.
It is great to know that there are people around yet that are thoughtful and generous with their time.
For this crew, it's a labor of love.
We see that there's a huge need, and so we're really happy with what we've done so far. We're trying to really build a culture here for more community service learning.
This group is part of the 800 students volunteering from UWM, Marquette University, and MATC for the annual Make a Difference Day.
Older adults are relying on us, so we just make sure that we're out here, regardless of the weather, to help them out the best that we can.
From yard work and garbage removal to trimming bushes and beyond, Sandy Ammerman, Associate Director of ERAS Senior Network, says these efforts go a long way for homeowners like Hurt who live alone.
It helps to prevent falls for seniors, which can be a way to keep them independent and in their home.
It's just great knowing that we help, over 300 older adults citywide.
A partnership helping make lives easier as winter nears.
It is a sigh of relief, and it gives me a lot of peace of mind.
In Milwaukee, Derica Williams, Fox 6 News.